Hey everybody, it's Big E. Welcome to Big E's YouTube channel. Today we're going to put the spindle on the C4 shithawk. We're going to get that done. Hopefully get the tie rod end on and get the brake caliper back on before it gets dark like what happened yesterday. So we're going to dive right into it. So here we have where we're going to, obviously, let me just see if I can get the camera angle. We have our lower ball joint, upper ball joint, okay? So there's no grease in them right now. We have to know that, remember that. And I also cleaned off let me get my gloves on first. We did clean up the spindle a little bit, so we have a good mating surface. So you can see we cleaned it up a little bit, little Alcoa action there with the part number. There was a little bit, I don't know, there was a burr in here. I just real lightly went in with a real fine file. I knocked the burr off because you don't want to make it big because that's going to mess up here. So now what we want to do is you have your control arms in this here. So what you want to do is carefully lift this thing up. We're going to set that there. Now, and blow out any dirt you see. That could be a problem. Okay, so now what we're going to do, lift that up. Okay. So now comes the tricky part of getting, so the upper one is on. So to keep your spindle from falling, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm going to see if I can start this. What I should do is have my jack, and I don't. There. Oop. I wonder if I have the wrong one. Okay, so other thing I almost forgot too is the washer. Let me check something here. I'm wondering if I forgot. Let's lift this off. That's what the problem is, the washer. See that? You got me. Okay, the washer's off. Look at that, slides right in there. And then we're gonna so what we want to do is put your washer here and have your castellated nut, and notice there's a hole drill for your cotter pin. Keep in mind where that's at. So for now we're going to do that. Now we got our upper one through, so we're going to go ahead, hold that washer up. We're going to start the castellated nut. Okay, so now we can tighten the bottom. Okay, so yes, and here come the kids. So that's gonna line up there. So what I'm gonna do, it lined right up, which is very rare for it to actually work the way it should. So then you're gonna push that cotter pin through like that. Grab that upper piece, bend it up, okay? And what I like to do is just pull it back over. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can, you see how that is? The bottom I'm leaving straight, and then I bend it over so it doesn't bag out. Okay? So then what we can do is the upper ball joint I'm going to hold off on until I get the jack. But in the meantime, let me switch you guys around to here. Hopefully you can see a little better. We got our tie rod end. So what we're going to do, and that's pretty self-explanatory. So now that's through, that there, and put that on. So we're going to, and wouldn't you know, I don't have the right, I don't have the right socket for that. So again, like yesterday, I'm going to pause, find out which socket I need, and we're going to pick up from there. We're going to finish this up, hopefully before it gets too dark. Alright, Biggie, and I'm back here. I know, sorry about getting close to the camera there. We're going to go ahead and use a 3/4 inch socket. We're going to tighten the upper ball joint. We're going to see. Remember, we have to line the castellated nut with that hole so we can put our cotter pin through. A little bit yet. Alright. There we go. It's lined up. Actually, I don't like it. Let me flip it around. There. And I can just bend that down and around. Done. Now, our spindle is mounted with the ball joints. We still need to do the tie rod. Okay, so I'm trying to get you a better angle here without killing the phone. So, let's see here. Find my socket. I'm hoping I have a cotter pin that's the right size for this. This is 18 millimeter. In case you're I'm going to try and move it here a little bit. Alright, so now what you want to do, and once you know it lines up, so now the only problem now will be if the cotter pin I have work. They might be too short. Oh, they aren't. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, again, I want to turn it around. I just like to have that top piece, that the longer piece of the cotter pin, that it bends. Okay, so I don't know. Let me get a, hang on here, let me get a light for you so you can see. So you can see how it's bent over the top, and I'll leave that part there, and it keeps that castellated nut from backing out over time. Now our last thing to do here will be putting the brake caliper on. So what we'll do, since I put the bolts in here, so I wouldn't lose them, I'm going to back them out. And then what we'll do is we'll cut our zip tie. And then we'll put our brake pads in. And sometimes it's easier said than done. Doesn't help when everything works against you. It's a little bit of a challenge here. That's what it is. This brake pad is not setting correctly. Getting there. The thing is, I probably should have backed the piston out, but I didn't. So what you want to do, that's probably what I should have done. In fact, that's probably what we're going to end up doing, is backing out the damn piston. Because I think I'm just having a feeling this thing isn't gonna sit right. Yeah, we're gonna have to, because these holders aren't exactly in place either the best, because everything's how old on there. And it's in the holder. Now that's in the holder, but the problem is it needs to be like that. And this should slide over the top. Ooh, like that. Amazing. So now we'll start the bolts. We'll check the bottom one. Oops, sorry. Got a little close there. So now what we're going to do, I do have, I forget the socket or a wrench I have for this. It's 15 millimeter. This here nut's going to turn where it goes into. So I like to use a needle nose vice grip on it, because I'm just usually always in a hurry, which isn't good, but just be careful you don't round it off. Okay, so that's going to hold it. And then we're going to go ahead and take that 15 millimeter, and we're going to tighten it. Okay. Same thing down here. 15 millimeter. Let's see, that's already spinning, so we'll take our vice grip. We'll put it on there to hold it. And we should be, once you figure out how to get to it, there. Alright guys, now side note, let me adjust the camera here. The shocks aren't on. This is a time when I get pissed off, because I ordered these shocks about a month ago. They should have been here and they're not here. The company that I ordered them from, I can't get a hold of, and what the heck, I'm going to dump them. Shock warehouse, do not deal with them. Okay? For whatever reason, I can't get a hold of them. I emailed them and everything about where my shocks are. They have no problem taking the money. A month later, I still have no shocks. So I'm trying to get that resolved. When I get that resolved, we're going to do a video just of putting the shocks on. I'm also going to do a video when I rip apart the other side. But what you see here, other than the shock, is the finished product. Everything cleaned up with new bushings, new ball joints. The only thing left to do is put grease in. And then we're going to, once we get the shocks in, we get everything squared away, we're going to take it to the alignment shop and get the alignment check, although it should be close. So anyway, that's it for now. Like I said, we got this side done. And everything looks good. So, yes, Levi, when I'm done. Okay, when I'm done, okay? So, anyway, that's it for today, for Big East. Watch out for it. Like and subscribe. Would appreciate it. Let me know something in the comments. All right, guys, they see you.
We're saying bye.
I know, okay, then that's that. So, yeah, no, they're wound up today with wonderful virtual schooling. So, anyway, like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you can, if you have any suggestions. So, watch out for each other. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time here on Big E's. Bye for now.